This blog post is about how do I pay myself expenses as a sole trader in 4 steps. So I talk about this in a little bit of detail here, not too much because it's quite a simple thing to do. But the one thing I just home in on a little bit, because we get a lot of questions about this, is a lot of people get a bit confused as to the difference between a limited business, how it treats you and the business, and a sole trader, and how, you know, revenue and the government treats you and the business. So the big key difference is, as a limited business, it is a completely separate entity to you as a person, whereas a sole trader, you are the business. So the way traditionally a sole trader works is you've just got one account, it's your personal account, and any money into that account just gets classed as wages. And any money out of that account, in a like standard, is an expense, okay, once it's related to your company. It means you can't do Saturday nights out and that. So that's the key thing. So just be conscious of that. I explain a little bit more there so you can read up on it a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and cover these 4 steps. Okay, so I give an example of there's €1,000 worth of bills that I paid for with my personal Visa account. And what I want to do is transfer money from my company account into my personal Visa account to pay for that. Okay. So let's go into Bullet. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up that personal Visa account as a bank account. Okay, this is just a trick within the account system so that you can reconcile it and there's an audit trail of a payment being made. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new bank account. Okay, and we're going to call that Pete Personal Visa. Okay, we'll just keep this as non-applicable because it isn't. We'll leave it as credit card, and definitely don't make sure you select put it on your visas or put it on your invoice. Okay, so if we go in and have a look at bank accounts, we'll see now we've got Pete Personal Visa and we've got Pete Business Bank Account. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create our bills. Now in the example I've given 5 bills that add up to €1,000, but I'm just going to use the one bill here. Okay, so we'll put that in as any kind of bill. Have we paid for it yet? We have, because remember Visa, the minute the transaction goes through, you've paid for it. Who paid for this business? If you had a limited company, you would select employee, so your name. Okay, and then this would be put through payroll as paying you back through expenses. But remember, as a sole trader, you are the business. So actually all we're doing is just a transfer from one account, your company account, which could be your personal account or whatever, into your Visa account. And we're just tracking it in the account system. So there's an audit trail there. So again, that's why that drop down is there. If you're a limited business, you could pick your employees, and then what Bullet does, which is very different to every other system, is then we run it through the whole taxation system, and it pops into your payroll and we do that all automatically. Okay, so we're going to select which account will this money be paid from. Okay, so it was paid from our Visa account. And we'll just take the VAT out of it just to keep it easy, and we'll put in computer equipment, and we'll put in a Macintosh there, and we put in £1,000, which is a pretty cheap Macintosh. We click review, so we can see here who paid for the business did, because the business is you, and then computer equipment for £1,000, so it's a flat invoice of £1,000. There's no tax there. Okay, there we are. We don't want to create another bill. Now what we want to do, if we go into overview there, you'll see there's nothing owed or due because it's already been paid. Now we're going to go up and do our bank transfer. Back up into bank accounts. Sorry, I clicked on chart of accounts there. Back up into bank accounts. We can see here there's £1,000 now and a minus sign, so there's £1,000 in debit on that Visa credit card. So we're going to make a transfer from this account into this. This account can be any account, your business account, your personal account, whatever the account is you use for your business. Okay, so let's do bank transfer. So remember, we're going to go from our business account into our Visa account because we're paying that Visa bill. It's €1,000. There's the date. Click review. Click save. That's done. Bingo. So there's our audit trail, okay, which is important for revenue and for your accountant. Pete Business Bank Account to Pete Personal Visa, €1,000. And then if we go in and have a look at our bank accounts, You can see there that Pete personal account now is 0, meaning it's been paid, and Pete bank account is down £1,000. Okay, so I mean this was a 0 balance account, so it's going to show a minus figure. And that's it. So it's pretty simple. Again, it's good policy to have a separate account, even as a sole trader, have a separate account, whether it's just a standard personal account or an actual corporate account. It's always a good idea to keep the two separate. Keeps your accounts nice and clean and just makes life a little easier. And it means then when you're doing reconciliations, you're not reconciling your kids' clothes. Okay, hope that helps. Again, there's more detail on this, and any questions you have or anything you want to find out, please let us know.